In my last video, I mentioned just a little bit about when I got hit by a pickup truck while riding my bicycle on the highway outside of Provincetown, Illinois. I was riding my bicycle back from the neighbor's farm when a pickup truck with large trailer mirrors sped past and his mirror hit me in the back of the head going about 55 miles an hour. It threw me over my handlebars and my back rolled over me and landed on top of me. My neighbor friends heard me screaming in pain and ran up, and I told them to go get my mom. So they ran up to my house and brought my mom back. Not long after my mom came to me, the guy who hit me finally showed up to find out if I was alright. Not long later, a week or two later, my mom's new boyfriend, her new fiance, came to our house to sit with my mom while the truck owning guy's lawyer came to do a settlement with us. Her new fiance wanted to be with her so the lawyer wouldn't take advantage of her, because he wanted to take advantage of her. My new stepfather took all the money from the settlement to buy a new car instead of letting my mom keep it to much later help pay for my college. So he basically stole it from me, $2,000 or $3,000 worth. Not long after that, my mom married this guy and we moved in with him in a new town, Dixon, Illinois. A couple weeks after all this, I moved out of the only town I ever knew to a new town that sucked, specifically to Woodland Shores, which was a vacation community based on the Rock River next to a marina and bar that was part of a state park. Anyway, we moved there, and then on my first day of school, the school just told me approximately where to stand next to the road while the bus comes to pick me up. While I was waiting for the bus, a kid walked up to me and said hi, introduced himself as Terry. He became my first friend in Dixon. He and I later started coming up with very Sandlot kind of schemes and things, dumb things to do that 9-year-old kids do when they're stupid. Like as the winter came around, the river and the marina froze over. We could see in the middle of the river at an island there was a cabin that occasionally would show smoke rising from it. And we knew no one lived on the island, so we were curious and decided we were gonna cross the frozen river to the island to investigate. When we did, We got about halfway across the river when the ice cracked beneath me and I fell through the ice. Terry grabbed me by the arms and pulled me out of the hole in the ice. Saved my life. We ran back to my house and lied to my mother, told her that I had fallen in a slush puddle. As far as I know, she believed me. She didn't know about the ice in the river thing until I was like 30 years old.
And it happened when you were 12?
Yeah, well, 11 or 12. But Terry and I and his older brother and our other friend Rich came up with a lot of stupid plans. At one point after the movie Commando came out, we thought it would be cool to make replicas of assault weapons out of wood and spray paint to pretend we were in the scenes from Commando. The place we chose to use as our base was very movie scene kind of place. A small rock quarry that was near Wooden Shores. Actually, part of it, I think. We ran around up and down the piles of rocks, pretending to shoot each other as we enacted fantastic death scenes rolling down the piles of rock. What they didn't tell me before we did this was that there was an old farmer who the rock quarry uses to keep kids out of the quarry so that no one hurts themselves. Except the old farmer was crazy and armed with real guns. So one day when we were playing in the rock quarry with our fake guns, the old farmer comes out with a double-barrel shotgun, shoots it in the air and yells at us, "You kids, get out of here!" So we turned to look at him with our replica assault weapons, and he looked real scared and he ducked. Fired another shot in the air, then pulled the barrels up, ejecting his spent shells, and started reloading, fumbling quickly, trying to reload as fast as he can. So we all run down the pile of rock we were on to stay away from him and ran away. That's the first time I was ever scared to death.
Wait, you weren't scared to death when you fell through the ice? Or hit by the truck?
I guess that was the wrong word to say. The first time I was afraid I might get shot.
Okay. That one I...
The second time was many, many years later. 15 years later in the city of Chicago. It wasn't gang members though. It was a police officer that threatened to shoot me. I'll tell you more about that later. Anyway, so this friend of mine named Terry, I don't remember his last name. And it really pisses me off that I can't remember it. I remember his brother's name because he had a different last name than Terry. They were half brothers. And I know his sister's half sister's name too, because she was my girlfriend for a while. I had a very weird period of my life between 10 and 15 years old. A lot of weird things happened to me there. My years from 4 to 10 years old, I lived in a tiny, tiny farm town
Called
Prophetstown. Most of my early childhood was spent there. Some of it was spent in a place called the Quad Cities, where my dad lived. On weekends, we went to stay with my dad. Every other weekend, I should say.
And these are in Illinois.
In Illinois, yeah. The Quad Cities is made up of actually more than 4 cities.
Now, when you were there, it's probably only 4.
And which of the cities there are considered Quad Cities is up for debate to anyone who lives there. To me, it's Davenport, Iowa, Bettendorf, Iowa, Rock Island, Illinois, and Moline, Illinois.
I would agree with that. East Moline's just getting ahead of themselves.
Yeah. There's East Moline, Milan, Silvis. What's the other ones there? I can't remember.
We do not need to give a list, Jalen.
No, we don't. I ramble when I talk. You'll figure that out if you watch any more of my vlog videos. Things come to me while I'm talking about other things. Things that I had forgotten before I started talking. And my memory is all messed up because of my first stroke, which happened in 2014. My last stroke happened in 2020 or 2021.
2021.
Yeah. The first stroke affected my short-term memory and gave me expressive aphasia, which means I forget words just as I need to use them. Words that I know very well what their definition is and what they're used for, but I can't say them. I don't know if you see me, my eyes keep going back and forth because I'm looking for the words I want to use in front of my eyes. They're not there, but I'm looking for them there. I'm a little bit crazy like that. Anyway, I'm done.